Yo, I got some new records. Let's check them out. Yo, what's happening everyone? Matty B here again with Beers and Beats, and this is episode 2 of New Records, the series where I go over what new records I got. But like always, before we get into the beats, we gotta talk about the beer. Today's beer is the Malted Milkshake Style IPA by Full Sail Brewing out of Hood River, Oregon. It is an American IPA of 6.8% alcohol and has a beer advocate rating of 87%, which makes it very good. Full Sail Brewing describes their beer as big juicy flavor and big juicy hops stand out in our new Malted Milkshake Style IPA brewed with Equinox, Denali, Comet, Citra, and Cascade hops and 2-row pale, wheat, and oats. A touch of natural vanilla is the proverbial cherry on top. To me, this is a really good beer. It has a bit of hops up front, not too much and not too overpowering, followed by the malted vanilla taste. 6.8 is normally higher than I drink, but you can't even tell. And now that the beer is out of the way, let's get to the beats. So this first record is one that I've wanted for a real long time. The first time I heard it was a set downloaded from LimeWire, which thank God wasn't a virus. It was Andy C at Telepathy 97 with Stevie Hyper, Skibbity, and Det. That set not only introduced me to this tune, but it introduced me to Stevie Hyper D. And Stevie Hyper was the MC of MCs. Credited as inventing the doublespeak style of MCing, it cannot be overstated how important Stevie was to the scene. Unfortunately, Stevie died of a heart attack in July of 1998, and a true pioneer and true innovator of drum and bass was lost. I think of Stevie in that Andy C set every time I hear this track, and that is Moving Fusion Turbulence. So this is the single-sided sampler. It has Turbulence on the front and nothing on the back. Turbulence was officially released on the Sound in Motion LP, which was a 5-disc release by Ram Records in 1998. Next up, we have more Moving Fusion, but this time with the Beginning EP. While this EP is amazing in its entirety, I bought it for one track in particular, and that's Sex Drive. I first heard Sex Drive on the Diesel Boy mix A Soldier's Story, and while released only a year after Turbulence, it shows the huge advancement the drum and bass made from the sorta jungly style to all-out tech stuff. Now, it wouldn't be a proper New Records episode without something from Dylan, and today, it's the Trapped in Beats Volume 3 EP from Outbreak Records. While I bought this primarily for the Universal Project remix of the Dylan tune Inferno, I was pleasantly surprised with what else was on the EP. We had 2 chilled out drum and bass tunes, and even a down-tempo hip-hop track. Now, I can't tell you which one is which besides Inferno, because my records are clearly mislabeled. I'm a sucker for any tune that has a Trayman in it, and this one doesn't disappoint. It's Cerberus by Cause for Concern. I first heard this back in 2000 from a Planet of the Drums set. Planet of the Drums, for those who don't know, is a 3-way tag team supergroup of Diesel Boy, AK-1200, and Dara. I'm not sure which one of them played it, but I instantly fell in love with it, and after 19 years, I finally got my hands on it. first drum and bass mixes that I ever heard were featured on Dangerous Drums Volume 1. There were 2 CDs. One was mixed by DJ Friction, and one was mixed by DJ Skinny. Both mixes contained songs that were released under my personal favorite label, Under Fire Recordings. This record was featured on the DJ Friction mix, which is the DJ Red remix of The Way by Spy, or who they're more commonly known as Stock It and Skynet. This next record I actually never heard before finding it on Discogs. I have a record guy who I always buy from. I was searching through his collection and I came across this, Diagnosis by Felony. I did a quick YouTube search and immediately liked what I heard. It's your standard tech step roller with your stabbing basses, your heavy beats, and rolling bass lines. It reminds me a lot of early Decoder, which is somewhat ironic because according to Discogs, Felony is the touring DJ of Koshin, who Decoder was a founding member of. Now I can't confirm that, and I can't find any other sources, so take it as you will. This next one is another that I picked at random, and it is A-Side's Evolvement off of his Eastside label. It's kind of a chilled out roller, it's kind of a forward moving jungle tune, it's somewhere in between. It has a deep rolling bass line, it has A-Side's signature breaks that are kind of chopped up, kind of not, and it has a Hoover, and Hoovers are great. It's a great tune, and I'm glad I bought it. This one is another random. It is the Nightwalker remix of Mohawk by Motion Theory. Before buying this, I knew absolutely nothing about Motion Theory. I couldn't find a clip of this online, so I had no idea what it sounded like, and I bought it because the label was cool. And it is pretty cool. I checked their Discogs page, and Motion Theory is a drum and bass duo from Belgium. I'm not going to try to pronounce the city because it will be wrong. I'll have it on screen. They only have 6 releases, 4 on Signal, which this one also is, 1 on Game, and 1 on Hidden Kings. Nightwalker, on the other hand, has dozens and dozens of releases on several different labels, one of which he has a remix by Audio, which is pretty cool. Mohawk is a tear-out smasher. The drums are hard, the bass is hard, the samples are in your face. It's a little bit out of my wheelhouse because I was never really into tear out, but I'm glad I have it because you never know when it will come in handy. We got another random. This is The Source by the Invaders. Somehow, I don't know who the Invaders are. I'm sure I've heard many of their tunes because they have a lot of releases on a lot of the biggest labels with a lot of the biggest names in drum and bass. This one, I couldn't find a clip on YouTube. I could find one of The Harps, which is the B-side, which is also good. It's a chilled out roller tune. The breaks are a little bit faster, like a Renegade Hardware or a Cylon chilled out tune would be, but it's still pretty relaxed. I dig it. I'm glad I have it. This is it. We are coming into the last one, and we have Fraser Island by Vital Element on Grid Recordings. This is just an all-around really good drum and bass tune. It's got hard-hitting drums, it's got a Reese bass, it's got bass hits, it's got rave stabs, it even has a Tyler Durden vocal sample. I was able to check this one out on YouTube before I bought it. I really liked it, so I picked it up. Let's have a listen. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something. This video took 9 beers from 3 different breweries over 4 days to make. It's now 10 in the morning. I have my coffee. I have my breakfast shake. It's time to start editing. Don't forget to do that YouTube thing of liking and subscribing. Check out the Friday live stream, which is usually 4:30-ish Eastern US time. And if you want to support the channel, check out the Patreon down below. Peace.